Okay, Shubham. So, just introduce yourself.
Sir, I belong from village Doki in Charkhi district of Haryana. I completed my 10th and 12th from Sri Vidyamandir Pilani. Then I graduated in History and Economics from Kirodimal College, University of Delhi in 2021. My hobbies include playing cricket and listening to Haryana Ragnis.
Okay, cricket and the Ragnis.
Yes, sir.
Right. Uh, okay. Then afterwards, from as you have completed your graduation in 21, what were you doing
Sir, I was preparing for civil services only.
for the UPSC?
UPSC, sir.
Okay. So that was your final goal to get into the services.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then okay. Then if you will get selected in HCS, right, and supposedly that you will get an allied job in the HCS too. So you will continue for that thing, or you will appear for the CSC.
Sir, actually, I will continue to appear for even Haryana Civil Services and CSC, UPSC, sir. Because, sir, my main aim for which I started preparation was to get into administrative services, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That and the prime motive was behind that.
So, there was no particular instance. I eventually generated this inclination towards civil services, sir. From my 12th class onward, I was attracted towards civil services because it provides me an immense opportunities to serve the people at the grassroots level, sir.
Okay. You basically want to serve the public
Yes, sir.
at the grassroots level.
Yes, sir.
So don't you think so that there are many ways
Yes, sir.
you can join any of the NGOs to if you really want
Yes,
to get
sir.
into the public services?
Yes, sir. There are other ways also, like NGO also serve people on the grassroots level. They also provide values to the life of the people, sir. But sir, civil services was the thing which attracted me the most, sir. For at personal level, sir, I was more oriented towards civil services, sir. And even during my 12th, I was not so aware about NGOs or other things so I had no idea about them, how they can contribute to the society. But sir, for civil services, as I got more inclined towards it, I studied about it more and understood its level of engagement with the people and how it can change the lives of the people.
Okay. As you have Shubham mentioned that you have done Bachelor's of Arts.
Yes, sir.
Then why can you reason that thing why BA or Bachelor of Arts or any of the humanities subject were not given that kind of relevance or acceptance from the society as that we give to the those who study the science?
Yes, sir. Sir, art doesn't provide a specialization which can be practically used, like the science in the technical field or even in the medical field, sir. They have a practical utilization more compared to the arts, sir. Arts is more like a scholarly subject, or it can provide you wider perspective to understand the society, sir. That's why, sir, the practicality of scientific subject is more compared to the arts.
Okay, so basically you are saying that humanities is a theoretical subject only.
More of a theoretical subject.
More of a theoretical
Yes.
subject. But there are so many problems lying in the society because ultimately you have to work for the society.
Yes, sir.
Then don't you think so that you can use as your background in the Bachelor of Arts in a more good way because there are so many problems as you have studied the humanities subject,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
So
sir.
you will be able to better understand the things.
Yes, sir.
So
So learning various theoretical subject like history or like my optional was sociology, sir, it has provided me with different perspectives to understand various problems of society, sir. They have helped me to understand their unique perspectives, unique issues, sir. Like sir, women issues in Haryana are different from women issues compared to other states, sir. So art subject help in such to getting knowledge
Okay.
of such uniqueness.
What are the basic issues that society of Haryana is facing?
Yes, sir. So basic issues which the society of Haryana is facing, the first of foremost is the women issue, like lack of education, lack of health outcomes, lack of political representation, sir. Secondly, sir, apart from this, there is issue of unemployment level, sir. Like as per the CMIE report, sir, there is around 32% level of unemployment in Haryana, sir. Thirdly, sir, inter-regional disparity is also present in Haryana. Like the northern Haryana comprises of Ambala, Panchkula is more developed compared to the southern Haryana, which comprises of Palwal, Nuh, and Rewari, sir.
Okay. What is the reason for high unemployment in Haryana?
Yes. Sir, reason for high unemployment is the reducing returns from agriculture. One is the green revolution which started in 1960s, 70s is slowing down, sir. So Haryana's population was mainly towards agriculture sector, and sir, there is lack of pulling out of excess labor from agri sector to the manufacturing sector. The manufacturing sector in Haryana, sir, though has been growing, but it has not been able to keep up with the growth of the labor demand, sir. And thirdly, sir, after 1991 LPG reform, sir, the service sector has led the growth story of Haryana, sir. But sir, since we all know that the service sector is not much labor intensive, sir, it is capital intensive, sir. So these are various factors.
Okay. Is government taking any steps to reduce the issue of unemployment?
Yes, sir.
What kind of steps?
So government has created various policies like the law in 2022 government has come up with the enterprises and employment policies, sir. Secondly, sir, government has created a law of providing 75% reservation of job till 30,000 for the local industries, sir. And so apart from that, government is also promoting entrepreneurship in Haryana, like schemes like Prarambh.
What is in Prarambh? Can you explain?
So Prarambh is I don't know the specific details of the scheme, sir, but it is, as far as I had an overview, it is for promoting the startup culture in youth.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Why youth are not inclined to pursue the profession of agriculture? Why youth are running away from pursuing agriculture? What is the main reason?
Sir, youth as such, we cannot say that they are running, but sir, agriculture demand and supply is not satisfying the whole youth which is available right now, sir. There is a population pressure over agriculture.
Okay.
So sir, youth, even if they are interested in investing in agriculture, sir, they are not getting the enough returns which they need.
Okay, fine. Okay, when I look at your DAF, your 10th and 12th percentage is like extraordinary, they're
Yes, sir.
95%, but it drops drastically in your graduation.
Yes, sir.
What is the reason for that?
So main reason was that, sir, in 10th and 12th I had science subjects, sir.
Okay.
And in graduation, since I shifted to arts, sir, there is the marking scheme of arts is generally less than science, sir. Secondly, sir, I used my college as an opportunity to grow as an individual, sir. I
Okay.
did not limit myself just toward the study. I also participated in sports activities in college. I was the vice captain of my college cricket team.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Cricket World Cup is going on.
Yes, sir.
So which of the team is favorite according to you?
Sir, according to me, Australia is the favorite.
And what are the reasons for that?
Sir, because of their, first of all, sir, Australia has a tendency to do not choke out in the crutch points, sir.
Okay.
Since World Cup is a long tournament, you need such tendencies. Secondly, sir, Australia team, in my opinion, is much more balanced compared to other teams, sir.
And
Since there are presence of various all-rounders in the team.
where do you see Indian cricket team?
Sir, just a notch below Australia, 19-20 difference, nothing much.
Okay, fine. Okay, so next you can ask.
Okay. Okay, Shubham, recently, way back in 2019, US exited from the Afghanistan. What are the major implications for India?
Major increase.
Yes.
Sir, US exit from Afghanistan has changed various scenarios for India. Like, sir, that Indian investment in the region is currently not secure, which was guaranteed by the previous government and was also sidely guaranteed by the US. Like we invested in the Parliament building and our Chahabar port also connected with the Jahidan city there. And sir, secondly, the Tapi pipeline is also endangered there. And sir, one of the issues is the of Haqqani network, sir. Haqqani network have an anti-Indian feeling in it, and it constitute a major part of the Taliban government which is present there, sir.
So India should not deal with the present regime in the in the Afghanistan, that is Taliban.
Sir, in my opinion, India should deal. We can't say we should not deal, because cutting off Taliban is not true to facing the reality, sir. Taliban is the reality of Afghanistan at the current juncture, sir. So we should try to find out the common ground between Taliban and India also, sir. Since many part of Taliban are also friendly towards India.
Okay. There has been many cases, and recently the last Chief Justice of India, he have contested the election from the Rajya Sabha, right?
Sir, can you repeat?
Supreme Court judges and the High
Okay,
Court
yes,
judges,
sir, yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
They have given the post-retirement jobs,
Yes, sir.
assignments, various
Yes.
assignments.
Yes.
Don't you think so that it is one of the breach of separation of powers, that it can compromise the judiciary over the long period of time.
Sir, in my opinion, sir, though it may have such an effect, but sir, having such esteemed judges in the parliament will provide a new perspective towards lawmaking, sir. It may help. We cannot say it will affect the judiciary because sir, they are the retired judges, sir. And after retirement, sir, they do not have much influence over the present working of judiciary, sir. So, sir, providing such nomination for such judges will help in creating good laws with wider perspective, wider judicial understanding of various laws.
So don't you think so? It's not about the post-retirement thing. Supposedly, the present regime, any central government approaches any of the sitting judges that we will give you a certain kind of a post-retirement job, right? So please give any of the decision in our favor. Don't you think so? That will amount to the breach of trust and the separation of powers.
Yes, sir. Such actions will lead to breach of power, breach of trust, sir. But, sir, in my opinion, since judges are at such a high esteem post, sir, they have a moral integrity, as I see them, sir. And, sir, there is also need for some checking over such accountability of such. So, sir, there is also a need for accountability in judiciary, in my opinion.
I'm not asking about the accountability in the judiciary. Once they get retired, right?
Yes, sir.
They are not, I think so, they are not accountable to the judiciary anymore, right?
Yes, sir.
So they can, they have some kind of a biasness towards the present regime, that they will get some kind of a benefits after the post-retirement. What needed to be done then?
Sir, such conflict of interest are present, sir, without any doubt. But, sir, we can take steps like their cooling off period, such as 5 years. Like judges cannot contest any election or such things. So such steps can be taken, sir.
Okay. Recently, our parliament passes the women reservation bill,
Yes.
right? That is 33% reservation
Yes.
is given. So, don't you think so that as we have seen in the local bodies, right? Only those women got benefited which are higher up in the hierarchy, and the women from the downward section of the society, they are left behind,
Yes, sir.
right? So, don't you think so that it can be replicated in the by contesting election to the Lok Sabha seats and the legislative assemblies also?
Yes, sir. In my opinion, such things can happen. We cannot bluntly deny that this will not happen. There is possibility of such thing. The need of is to prevent such things from happening, sir. We can do this by empowering women, sir. Like having various civil society organization talking with the women candidates about letting them know about their rights, their power, their responsibilities, letting them know why the constituency has selected them for representing them. It is their duty to do so, sir. So, sir, there is need to keep some checks and balances, but, sir, such things are possible. Proxy representation even in parliament or legislative assembly is possible, sir.
It's not about the civil society to, of course there should be some kind of awareness that the women that you have that right that you can contest an election. It is more about the political parties. Don't you think so that if they will give, why they only give the tickets to the women, those who have some kind of social influence, or the women who are already have some amount of a social or economic clout, right? Why is it so?
Some political parties' main motivation is towards winning the election, sir. They always go after winnability, sir. So there is also need for having checks on political parties by having their predefined code of conduct or code of ethics, sir. So we can implement, government can bring a law to have a enforced code of conduct in political parties, like the MCC of ECI can be made legal, sir, which will lead to more fair and democratic functioning of various parties, sir.
I'm asking you something else. You just answered something else.
Okay, no problem.
That's fine. Recently, the Haryana government, right? They have some made amendments to the Panchayati Raj,
Yes, sir.
right? What are the various things that they have added in the Panchayati Raj?
Sir, as of now, I can think of only one amendment, like increasing the limit of reservation for women from 33% to 50%, sir.
Okay, and there are okay, and they have added some qualification also to contest the elections.
Sir, as of now, I'm not able to recall. I'll study about it.
Okay. Apart from the agriculture, what are the various other sectors that the government of Haryana can promote to increase their economy?
Okay, sir. Sir, manufacturing sector is one which can be promoted, sir. It will even help in creating an employment level in Haryana, sir. Secondly, sir, food processing sector, though it is allied to agriculture, but since it is a strength in Haryana to have a robust agriculture sector, so we can also invest much in food processing sector. And sir, thirdly, apart from this, services sector can be broadened. Like currently, as we can see, service sector in Haryana is mostly towards the northern part in Gurgaon or then towards Ambala here, sir. So it can be broadened. New centers of service sector can be created, like in Hisar, in Sirsa, such places, sir.
What about the tourism sector?
Yes, sir.
Recently, Prime Minister has said that there is no input in the tourism sector and gives a lot of output.
Yes, sir. Tourism sector can also be improved in Haryana. There are many various historical sites in Haryana which can be promoted, sir.
Tell me a few historical sites that.
Sir, one is Kurukshetra, sir. Kurukshetra has a much more historical value than the tourism of the place suggests, sir. It is very below its potential. Secondly, sir, Panipat. Panipat, 3 battle of Panipat also have history. Thirdly, sir, Haryana also have various Harappan sites such as Rakhigadi, Banawali, Mithakal. So they can also be promoted in Haryana, sir.
Okay. Okay, you are a student of history.
Yes, sir.
There is a debate regarding rewriting history.
Yes, sir.
So, can history be rewritten?
Sir, history, in my opinion, is an organic subject, sir. As we grow, as we have new perspective, as we have new evidences, sir, history is always rewritten, sir. As to clarify previous mistakes and to add upon the new things, sir. History, in my opinion, rather than a stagnant portion, is a ever-growing portion, sir.
But don't you think that the political parties use to propagate their propaganda by rewriting the history? Don't you think so that this kind of exercise?
Sir, in my opinion, we cannot label it using the history as a propaganda, but we can say adding a new perspective to the history which we had already had. Though the level of the weightage to a particular perspective can be different, but sir, history is all about, in my opinion, is about perspective, sir. The wider perspective we use to study history of a particular event or particular period, the better understanding we can have.
Okay, there is also debate regarding renaming the places, like Gurgaon.
Yes, sir.
Is now Gurugram.
Yes, sir.
And Allahabad has become Prayagraj.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the reason for renaming? Why government is opting for this kind of exercise?
Sir, renaming, in my opinion, is due to improving the cultural and the historical significance of the place. Like renaming Gurgaon into Gurugram has improved its cultural significance since it is named after Guru Dronacharya, sir. And secondly, sir, renaming is also due to the process of decolonization, sir. Like a Prime Minister has said, there is need for decolonization of the mindset, sir. So government is trying to rename various colonial names, sir. Like even after independence, we renamed our Kingsway into Janpath, Rajpath, and Queensway into Janpath, sir.
Don't you think so? Then absolutely, there are so many things that you need to rename. Karnal should be renamed as a Karanpur, I think so, right? And there are so many names. Panipat, Bhivani as a Bhani Devi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then shouldn't you consider this there in a different perspective that it will create some kind of confusion among the minds of the people?
Yes, sir. It also have some cons. It may increase the administrative hassles, like most of the documents are in old names, so it may also increase the workload on record keeping, sir. But sir, it is in my opinion, as per the understanding of the government or we can say civil society, sir, there is continuous discussions and deliberation going on all fronts, sir. So if there is a need felt to rename a particular place and the demand is from the common people of that place, then such demands should be looked at.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I'm also done, sir.
So your interview is over.
Just give us 3-4 minutes. We will give you the feedback and we'll take your questions if you have any.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes.
So, how was your interview according to you?
Sir, in my opinion, it was fine. Like बीच में सर इशू आया था
अच्छा
आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल द क्वेश्चन, बट सर इन माय ओपिनियन कि एंड तक आते आते मैंने उसको संभाल लिया था सर।
ठीक है। बेसिकली यार सी इंटरव्यू इज मोर अबाउट योर यू नो हाउ डू यू प्रेजेंट योर सेल्फ,
Yes,
इट्स
sir.
मोर अबाउट द कम्युनिकेशन एंड लेस अबाउट द नॉलेज।
यस सर,
ठीक है, नॉलेज ऑलरेडी चेक हो चुकी है मेंस में।
यस सर,
तो बाकी जैसे मैंने और सर ने क्वेश्चंस पूछे तो बाकी सारा आपका कंटेंट इज ओके, नॉलेज इज फाइन,
यस सर,
यू नॉट टू वर्क ऑन दिस थिंग राइट। द सेकंड द फर्स्ट एंड द मेजर कंसर्न इज दैट कि आप एक ही पेस में बोल रहे थे राइट, यू आर जस्ट टेक अ बिट स्लोअर इन योर स्पीड राइट, कि आप इफ़ यू आर रिकॉलिंग समथिंग
थोड़ी सी स्पीड स्लो कर लो।
ठीक
ठीक
है
है
सर,
ना, रिकॉल करने के लिए टाइम ले लो, ठीक है ना, 30 सेकेंड्स या कुछ है, ऐसा नहीं है कि, और डोंट ट्राई टू आंसर एवरी क्वेश्चन,
ओके सर,
ठीक है ना, अगर नहीं पता तो दैट्स एब्सोल्युटली फाइन,
ओके सर,
जस्ट टेल देम वेरी क्लियरली इफ़ यू थिंक्स दैट कि अगर कोई क्वेश्चन ऐसे कुछ उन्होंने पॉलिटिकली इनकरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया और आपको स्टांस लेना पड़ेगा, देन मतलब थोड़ा बचो उससे राइट। अगर आप, क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं है ना बोर्ड में किसकी लीनिएज कहाँ में है
हाँ,
राइट।
सर, बिल्कुल,
जो गवर्नमेंट का स्टैंड है वैसे तो आपने सारे ठीक
हाँ
ही
वैसे
दिए
सारे
stand।
ठीक है, मतलब फॉर द इंटरव्यू वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट
यस सर, यस सर,
एक यार जो क्रिकेट वाला कहा था ना आपने,
हम्म,
यार उसमें ना इंडिया ही रख लेना,
ठीक है सर,
क्योंकि बताऊं क्या है यूपीएससी में फिर भी चल जाता है, स्टेट में ना
हाँ
कहीं कोई बैठा होगा
हाँ हाँ,
कि भाई भारत में वर्ल्ड कप हो रहा है, तुम कैसे
ठीक है
कह रहा है, तो ठीक है उस चीज को थोड़ा सा, बाकी ठीक है यार एक सच्चाई झलकती है देखो आपके आंसर्स में,
Yes,
और आपको ग्राउंड लेवल का भी पता है तो कोई, और आपकी एज 22 साल के हो
यस
आप,
सर, यस सर,
तो बढ़िया
प्रोबेबल
अच्छे नंबर
कैंडिडेट,
आएंगे इंटरव्यू
ठीक
में,
है
कोई
ना,
दिक्कत नहीं।
अच्छे नंबर आएंगे, डोंट वरी, एवरीथिंग वाज फाइन, ठीक है
ठीक
ना,
है सर,
बिल्कुल सही है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
ठीक।
और बाकी बस यही है मेन
कॉन्फिडेंस लग रहा है
हाँ,
सर,
हाँ
ठीक है,
हाँ
बिल्कुल,
बिल्कुल
बिल्कुल
ऐसे ही
सही।
कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए कि ऐसा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस भी नहीं होना चाहिए
यस सर,
राइट, कि दूसरा आपको थ्रेटन फील करे, अगर दे माइट फील थ्रेटन देन दे विल यू नो,
यस सर, यस सर,
तो वो बता लेंगे आपको
बिल्कुल
लोग
आपकी मतलब एक जेंटल पर्सनैलिटी है, वो चीज़ रिफ्लेक्ट होती है, और आपके आंसर्स में भी मतलब एक सच्चाई झलक रही थी, तो वो काफ़ी पॉजिटिव चीज़ है, तो बाकी ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
बाकी कोई-
मेंस कैसे हुए थे, ठीक हो गए थे?
हाँ ठीक हो रखे हैं,
बस ठीक है। यूपीएससी का भी दिया था?
मैं यूपीएससी का दिया था,
23 जुलाई वाला
हाँ
कैसे हुए?
23 वाला सही हुआ सर,
सही हुआ?
लास्ट ईयर भी दिया था, लास्ट ईयर 7 नंबर से रह गया था,
बस ठीक है,
अच्छा।
इस बार यूपीएससी भी हो जाएगा।
इस बार यूपीएससी हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी, ठीक है ना। बाकी यही है यार, कुछ नहीं है, डोंट वरी, जस्ट गो विद ऑल द कॉन्फिडेंस, और पक्का मिलेगी सर्विस तो।
9
हाँ, सर।
को है?
ठीक है
10 को सर,
अच्छा, आपका
ठीक है,
10 को
ठीक है,
है।
कोई दिक्कत
और
नहीं।
एक्चुअली एक और सीन ये है कि हम थोड़ा सा इसलिए खींच गए कि इंटरव्यू कैंडिडेट्स कम है उनके पास,
हाँ
तो टाइम ज़्यादा है, तो 30-35 मिनट भी चल सकता है।
यस सर,
तो आते आते ना फैटीग हो जाती है, इंटरव्यू फैटीग,
यस सर,
तो वो थोड़ा ध्यान रखना उस चीज़ का।
मेरे सर शुरू में ही दिक्कत आती है 5-7 मिनट, बाद में एक बार कंफर्टेबल हो जाता हूँ, बाद में
ठीक
तो
है,
दिक्कत
ठीक है।
नहीं लेने
नहीं,
का।
ओवरऑल ठीक था यार,
हाँ,
मतलब एक
ठीक है।
पॉजिटिव वो था।
क्योंकि हम बहुत सारे इंटरव्यूज ले रहे हैं, तो
Yes, sir.
यू आर द प्रोबेबल कैंडिडेट के, हमें सर्विस देखते हैं कौन सी मिलेगी,
यस सर, यस
ठीक
सर,
है ना, बाकी मिल जाएगी, डोंट वरी।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर,
ठीक है।
थैंक